What's up, y'all? Welcome to Nitty Gritty Sports, where we get into the nitty gritty about sports. In this video, we're going to do the NFL Christmas Day games. We have two games. We have the Browns and the Packers, and then we got the Colts and the Cardinals. Both games, I think, are going to be pretty competitive. I expect some good football to come out. And I don't know, me and Aiden were just talking about this. Someone in the comments, please let us know if there have been Christmas Day games on the NFL, like, in the past few years. I don't think so. I don't remember ever, like, waking up on Christmas Day and putting on NFL football. I'll be honest with y'all, I watch some NFL, but I don't keep up with it like I do college football. So maybe that's why I just haven't recognized it if they have been doing it in the past. I don't know.
I
Anyways,
think we would know if there was football on
yeah,
Christmas,
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I say I don't watch NFL, but I mean, I think I keep up with it enough to know if there's Christmas Day
You're just
games.
not watching it as much this year because you're a Falcons fan.
Yeah, I cannot get into the NFL this year just because of the Falcons situation. Being a Falcons fan, I don't know. I'm not getting into all that. I'm just going to get too mad talking about it. Anyways, Green Bay, Cleveland, that's the first game we're going to be doing. Green Bay, 7.5-point favorites. Playing at Lambeau Field. Green Bay, undefeated at home this year. And Aiden, I think you told me before this video started, Green Bay's 11-1 against the spread.
Yeah.
Absolutely unreal season that Green Bay's put
That's
together.
insane. That's insane.
That is, Green Bay is a money-making machine. And in this case right here, 7.5-point favorites at Lambeau Field. And you just look at the last, few games for both teams. You look at the Browns; they've been struggling to even get in the 20s. And then you have the Packers, and their last four games, they put up 30, 40 points a pop. So I expect it to be the same. I think this might be a blowout. Actually, I was talking earlier in the intro about how there's going to be some competitive games. I don't know about this one. Green Bay at home, Lambeau Field on Christmas Day, it's going to be packed. Those fans are going to be going crazy. The Browns are not going to be scoring points in this game. Green Bay is probably going to easily get into the upper 20s, 30s. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Packers at 7.5. Over under is 45.5. I don't know. I think this is just a situation. If this gets in the over, it's because Green Bay is scoring in the 30s and 40s, not the Browns. I don't think the Browns are going to really have much of an impact on the over-under in this game. With that being said, I'm just going to take the over in this one. I just expect Green Bay to kind of put up a lot of points.
Like the Packers too, like we were talking about, just like you were just talking about, 11-1 against the spread this year. Aaron Rodgers is having another MVP-like performance,
Great season.
Coming off an insane season last year. If you just look at his clock management in the last 2 minutes of halves or games, the way he throws his receivers open in obvious passing situations, the way he breaks down a defense when the defense knows he has to pass it, it's like something I've never seen. I really do think the past 2 years, Aaron Rodgers has shown us that right now, in my opinion, I think he's the best quarterback in the league.
Oh man, Tom Brady fans are typing right now. I know for a fact they're typing
Bump
right
Tom
now.
Brady. Bump Tom Brady. He's been throwing picks, uncharacteristic picks that I've never seen Tom Brady throw. And I also believe that Tom Brady needs great weapons around him, contrary to how he was when he was in New England, to put up the same stats. Like he'll put up numbers, but it's easy to put up numbers when you got Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette in the backfield, Antonio Brown, Gronk. But yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers really with only Devontae Adams. I mean, what would Devontae Adams be without Aaron Rodgers? Like, where would we be? Where would we put Devontae Adams if he wasn't on the Green Bay Packers? Because he wasn't a marquee name coming into the NFL, and now he's one of the, if not the best route runner in the NFL. And if you look at last game, he was straight up getting Calvin Johnson style, Megatron style double teamed. They were putting one guy had outside leverage, one guy had inside leverage, and he was not getting the ball. But I don't think the Browns are going to do that going to this game. It's Baker's first game back. We know the Browns love to run the football, but the thing about running the football, especially in Lambeau, like you said, the Packers are undefeated in Lambeau this year. I just think the Packers got way too much momentum. I think Aaron Rodgers has an iron grip on that team as a leader, and I think they're going with him to the ship, in my opinion. I am really high on the Packers. I love the Packers. I'm slamming the Packers on this game. Over-under I wouldn't mess with because, like I just mentioned, the Browns love to run the football. And I don't believe in Baker's arm to keep them in the game if they fall behind early. And I know that in Lambeau, Aaron Rodgers is going to get off. He's going to put points on the board. And I don't know if I believe in Baker to keep up if they fall behind by using the run game.
Dude, it's Christmas today in Lambeau Field. There is just no way. There is no way you could take the Browns in this case. It would be unreal if the Browns somehow found a way to pull this off. I would be shocked if the Browns kept this within a touchdown. Now, honestly, I kind of hope it's a close game. I would love to see a competitive game on Christmas Day. I'm going to have to be jumping between this and the NBA games, but I expect it to be, some good games to be played, both the NBA and NFL. So I really do hope this is a competitive game. I just don't see it happening, though. But yeah, we're both taking the Packers in this one. All right, second and final game of the NFL Christmas Day. We got the Colts and the Cardinals. They are playing at 8:15. They're going to be in Arizona for this one. And when you look at it first glance, you look at how the teams performed earlier in the season, you would think this would be the Cardinals game. You would think the Cardinals are going to just walk away with this one. But you look at the last 5 games for both teams, 2 completely different tales. The Cardinals with a head-scratching, confusing, weird loss to the Lions last week, 30-12. A terrible Lions team, and the Cardinals got absolutely dominated in that game. When you look at the games before that, they lost to the Rams. They beat the Bears, they beat the Seahawks, and lost to the Panthers by 24. I don't know what's happened to the Cardinals in these last 5 games compared to how they started off the season, but it's 2 different teams that they've had this season. The Colts, kind of the opposite. You look at the Colts' last 5 games, they've had a great stretch of games. Beating New England, shutting out Houston 31-0. Their only loss in the last 5 games coming to Tampa, where they were really competitive. Lost that game 38-31. Dominated the Bills, beat the Jags. But the Colts had a struggle at the start of the season. So really 2 complete opposite teams in terms of performance-wise right now. It's a 1-point favorite. The Cardinals are 1-point favorites in this game. I don't think.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can kind of see. Yeah, I can kind of see maybe where they're coming from. They're giving the Cardinals a little bit of benefit of the doubt with them being at home. But the Cardinals are not really a great home team. 3 of their 4 losses have came from home. Colts have been pretty good, solid on the road games, 4-2 on the season.
Run game travels. The run game travels.
The run game does travel, and in this case, the Colts, Jonathan Taylor, amazing season. 1,500 yards, 17 touchdowns through 14 games. That's unreal. And people haven't really been talking about Carson Wentz, but he's had a pretty good year too. He's already got 3,000 yards and thrown 23 touchdowns. The Colts have a good offense, and they've been putting up some points the last 5 or so games. The Cardinals not so much. The Cardinals better find a way to put up 30 points in this game, or at least in the upper 20s for them to really have a chance in this one. There's no way I see the Colts scoring under 24 in this. I have to make a pick at the end of the day. I'm going to take the Colts. This will be a close game in my opinion. I don't think this is going to be like the Packers and the Browns game. I expect this game to be pretty competitive. I see this being a 1-score game. But in this case, just looking at the recent history, I'm taking the Colts. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm running with you. I like the Colts too. I think what we're seeing with the Cardinals, in particular with Kyler Murray, is a little bit of history repeating itself. Last year, they started out hot. Kyler Murray, in particular, started out hot. Towards the middle of the season, started getting some injuries, and then towards the end of the season, you see the Cardinals fell off. It's kind of the same thing now. Kyler Murray's been coming off some injuries that he sustained earlier in the season, and now his quality of play has diminished over the last couple of games. And also, one of the reasons, something you were pointing towards earlier about the Cardinals kind of getting off footing the last couple of weeks, they did lose D-Hop for the season.
Mm-hmm.
He knee injury, and he'll be out for the season. So that's a big loss, losing one of the best receivers in the NFL. And also, A.J. Green, he's been a little bit disappointing to me. I know he's older, coming from Cincy, but I feel like the pressure should be off your shoulders. You're not the number 1 guy anymore. There's not as much pressure. You're on a good team. But he just hasn't came into the fitting that I was expecting him to with the Arizona Cardinals. But also, with that being said, I like the Colts. Like you said, Jonathan Taylor, number 3 in the MVP voting right now, or in the odds behind Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes, if I'm not mistaken. So the Colts have completely bought in on Jonathan Taylor, especially if you watch the in-season Hard Knocks that they got on HBO. You could see over the last couple of episodes just their philosophy changing. They are 100% bought in on Jonathan Taylor carrying their team deep into the playoffs. So, with all that being said, I like the Colts as well, just because I think, like I said earlier, the run game carries, and even though they are playing in Arizona, I feel like Jonathan Taylor and the Colts O-line is just so physical. They're going to bring it to the Cardinals defense. The Cardinals defense got some young linebackers. They got some hard-hitting safeties, but as you run the ball more and more and more, the longer the game goes on, those defenders are going to get tired of getting hit and hit and hit and hit every play, especially when you're keeping the tempo up, which the Colts like to do. So, with all that being said, I like the Colts over the Cardinals, and I would look out for the Cardinals going forward because last year they tailed off pretty hard, and this year it's looking like they're going to do the same thing. I don't know how much I trust the Cardinals going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. And the only way I could see maybe the Cardinals pulling this one off, I mean, the Cardinals do have a lot to play for still. With them being 10-4, they're really just going to try to go ahead and try to secure a playoff spot. So they're going to be motivated coming into this game. I don't think you're going to see the same Cardinals that you saw the past couple weeks. I definitely expect the Cardinals to play a lot better in this game, but I just think the Colts got the hot hand right now, and I don't think that stops this week. So yeah, we're both going to take the Colts. The over-under is 49, Aiden. We haven't talked about this yet. Over-under being 49. Would you touch this?
I wouldn't, just because the Colts love to run the football, and that can cause for a quarter or a half that just to be low scoring, long possessions, long time of possessions, team holding the ball for a long period of time. So I'd stay away from the over-under, but I do feel confident that the Colts are going to control the clock and be able to put points on the board and keep Kyler Murray off the field. So that's what I'm banking on.
Yeah, I agree. If I had to choose, I'd probably take the under in this one. I still think the Cardinals are going to end up scoring the upper 20s to win this game. I think the Colts, are putting up 24 or more. I think they need to dominate the time of possession. But yeah, that's just what I'm expecting to happen. But anyways, y'all, that wraps up this Christmas Day NFL video. Finally, an NFL video. So we're actually going to be releasing NBA and NFL in the same day, so I'm excited for that. I'm really hoping we can pull in some more people that maybe not be as big into college football, but they're big in other sports. And that's really what this channel is about. This isn't a college football channel. So I'm finally excited to finally expand a little bit. With that being said, if you guys could help us out, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're going to try to keep this going. College football season's about to wrap up, so we're definitely going to get more into the NFL, the NBA going forward. So there's definitely going to be some variety of content coming out soon. So if you guys could please help us get out there and share this with your friends, we would appreciate it so much. Y'all wouldn't even understand. And we do this. We want to entertain you guys. We're trying to bring a community of sports lovers together. And that's really what our main reason for starting this was. So, like I said, if you guys could please help us get out there, share this with your friends, if we can build this community up. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. But we're going to have some more videos coming out later this week. We still got some college football videos we're probably going to try to get out here before too long. And then once that, we'll probably switch more to the NBA, and then we'll focus on NFL playoffs going forward. So that's the current plan right now. But with that being said, y'all, that's the end of the video, and we'll catch y'all next time.